Just if you'll start off your general thoughts on today's game.
Well, I know that we were all tired, but that didn't matter. We still had to come out and do everything we could, but this is just a learning experience for next year.
Adam?
Hannah, can you talk to me about just, coming into this game that you were playing shorthanded, but what was the mindset coming into this one, knowing that you all only played 6 players last night and then 6 players again tonight?
Honestly, just do whatever I could to try and help the team get a win.
Question, Gage.
What was the difference maker? What changed the pace of the game because after the first quarter you guys are tight, but they started to get away and hold you guys scoreless for stretches at a time?
Well, we left some shooters open, and I think that was a big part of them getting up because we were supposed to not let them hit some threes.
Adam again?
I know this wasn't the result that this team wanted this year. You wanted to go one game further. But when you look at what you have been able to do this year and this final, month of the season and bringing almost everyone back next year, do you get a little bit excited about what the future looks like for this team?
Yes, I think like I said, it's just a learning experience, and I think it's going to be fun along the way.
Other questions for Hannah? All right, Hannah, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Coach Turner, if you'll just give us your thought on the game, and then we'll go to questions. If you have a question just let me know in the chat.
Well, first of all, hats off to Bart and the Belmont women's basketball team. It's just a great team. They've got so many weapons. They're very difficult to guard, and they made one big shot after another. And we did everything we could do to try to contain Destiny, and ended up leaving some other players open. It burned us pretty good, but he just does a great job with them. And for them to be able to be off as long as they did and come back and play as well as they have down the stretch just says a lot about their program. So, wish them the best of luck tomorrow.
We'll start with Adam first.
Coach, how much was this one, especially down the stretch, just a case of your team starting just to wear down after just playing 6 players for the last 2 days?
Well, I felt like in the beginning of the fourth quarter that the first 2 or 3 minutes was going to be a sign of whether we were going to be able to withstand, and we just didn't. We got tired, and we just mentally shut down defensively. Our rotations were terrible. We did leave shooters open, but they made those shots, and then shots just weren't falling on our end. So I think it was accumulation in that quarter of just, letting fatigue take over. And that's, the definition of grit. You got to fight through that. And that's something that this basketball team's done all year. But the last 10 minutes, we just couldn't find a way.
What was the preparation for this game like for you guys, knowing that you did have, you were shorthanded and going to have to face this again tonight?
Well, it was minimal preparation. Obviously, we did scout, and we did a lot of recovery. Our kids were in the pool this morning at the hotel doing stretching, just doing everything we could to get their legs back under them and get their body refreshed. Greg Jocelyn, our trainer, he's amazing. He does a great job. But, as physically as tough as you have to be physically, you have to be even tougher mentally in these moments. And I felt like that we mentally kind of gave in, and that's something that this team hasn't done. And so obviously disappointed in that, disappointed in the results of the game, but we got beat by a very good basketball team, and 1 and 2 are going to duke it out tomorrow, and that's probably expected. But the steps that this program took this year is important to me. I want them to remember this feeling of what it's like, the disappointment, but also what it's like to know that we now have figured out what it takes to win games. We got a lot of kids coming back. We just got to focus on getting better each and every day.
Let's go to Blake next.
Coach, the first two times you played Belmont, you saw this zone defense. What was different about that zone defense tonight that gave you so much fits?
Well, we didn't attack it. We played, parallel to the basket. We played north-south. We just did not attack it, and we didn't get the ball inside. And when we did get in the ball inside, I didn't feel like our big girls were attacking. We were just passive, and that was one thing that you can't be, especially against their zone, because it's extended. We also got some shots early that didn't go in. Obviously, those shots go in, then maybe your energy's up a little bit. But like I said, give them credit. They did what they had to do to take us away. They only gave us one shot. We didn't get any offensive rebounds late. But I think it was our lack of attacking their zone that cost us.
Let's go to Gage.
Coach, in such an odd season with COVID and everything, you guys are able to come away with a winning record, grab your first tournament win under your belt. Not only how much has the team grown, but how much have you grown as a coach over the course of this season?
Oh, this team has taught me so much. For 15 kids to pretty much give up what college kids know as personal life for the good of the team, and to try to stay healthy, and to sacrifice the things that they did, just wanted me to be a better coach for them. But I do think that I have learned that if you work hard and you do the right thing and you put the right people together, that good things can happen to you. I'm a firm believer that the reason our team is where we are right now is because of the culture of this team. We finally bought into the we over me. They don't care who gets the credit as long as we win. And that's something that I think all of us can learn from a group of young women. So they've taught me a ton this year. I've got to continue to grow as a coach. Sometimes you have to go through hard times to appreciate the good times. So we're going to continue to push forward and see if we can keep this program on the rise.
Let's go back to Adam.
Coach, you talked about that culture. And again, I know that this isn't the result that you wanted tonight with losing and not getting played for a title, but do you get excited when you think about where this program has come these last several years under yourself, and getting to this point when, maybe a couple things go your way, we don't have injuries, and you could be, playing tomorrow?
Oh, definitely excited, and adversity hits, and that's part of it. I mean, obviously a lot of the teams in this conference have had a lot of adversity this year, but you can't make excuses. You just got to keep moving forward. But I think that what most excites me is the growth of this basketball team individually, talent wise, and ultimately culture. When culture and talent are both high, then you're going to have a good opportunity to be better. And we got a lot of kids in that locker room that hopefully leave today with the sour taste in their mouth, and they want to get back to this position next year and then continue to push forward. We'll never be satisfied as long as I'm the head coach at Murray State until we win a championship.
Let's go to Blake.
Coach, yesterday we see Mensah with the huge block late. Today she plays big minutes and she ends up finishing tied for the lead in rebounds with 8. What kind of growth have you seen out of her as a player?
Well, it's taken her a while to kind of get used to our system. It's a lot different than what she played, but she was brought in to be a scorer, and she's capable of doing that. But today she showed her ability to rebound and do other things. We would like to see, her growth continue, for her to be able to help us more, because again, it's just taken her a little bit longer to get used to playing within a structure. But, she's very capable of putting the ball in the basket, and she's very capable of helping us.
Anybody else? Anything for Coach? Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Kyle.